Welcome, little lights, to Little Lights Tiny Steps. Have you ever tried to call a friend or a relative, but they didn't answer? It can be frustrating. Today, we're talking about a phone that is always connected, the God phone. Our line to God is always open, and it's called prayer. Today's lesson is about prayer. Prayer is simply talking to God, sharing your feelings, asking for help, or saying thank you. It's the most important conversation you can have. Our golden lesson comes from Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Let's look at the story of Daniel. Daniel was in a difficult country where the king made a law that no one could pray to God. But Daniel knew his connection to God was too important. 3 times a day, he went to his room, opened his window towards Jerusalem, and prayed to God just as he always had. He chose communication with God over fear of the king. Daniel's faithfulness to pray even when it was dangerous shows us that God is always listening, no matter the circumstances. Prayer isn't just for church or before meals. It's for when you're scared, when you're excited, or when you need help with your homework. Think of the God phone as having 4 parts. T, thanksgiving, adoration, praising God. C, confession, saying sorry. And S, supplication, asking for needs. T.A.C.S. You don't need fancy words to pray. Jesus taught us that God wants us to talk to Him simply, like talking to our best friend. Your heart is the phone, and your thoughts are the words. Prayer reminds us that we don't have to carry our problems alone. We can hand them over to God. And guess what? He always answers, though sometimes the answer is wait, or I have a better plan. A tiny step challenge. Find 2 quiet times today to use your God phone. First, tell God one thing you are thankful for. T. Second, tell Him one thing you need help with. S. And remember our T.A.C.S. The connection is always free and always strong. A direct message for parents. Prayer for kids should be demystified and made practical. Daniel's story highlights consistency and courage in faith. Use the T.A.C.S. model: thanksgiving, adoration, confession, supplication, to give children a simple structure. Encourage them to be honest and brief, emphasizing that prayer is relational, not ritualistic. Model transparency in your own prayer life. Thank you for this adventure, little lights. Remember our golden lesson: don't be anxious, just pray. Keep shining bright and taking your tiny steps of faith. See you next time.